Hello friends, my name is Gabriel. In this video tutorial, I want to take you through a series in SQL from beginners to pro. Whichever level you are in SQL, this video will help you a great deal. Are you a data analyst or a business analyst? Are you a data engineer or a database administrator? Or are you a developer? This video will be handy for you at any point in time. So I want you to sit back as we go through this series together. If you are visiting my channel for the very first time, I would like you to subscribe so that you can see more videos like this. And if you like my video, you can as well give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so that you can always get to be notified each time I release a new video. And if you have any comment, I make use of the comment section down below. Drop your comment so that I will know exactly what video you want me to do in my next video series. So let's sit back as we go through this series together. SQL is simply a standardized programming language that is used to communicate with relational database. Data is simply a piece of information, like your video, picture, a letter. Any piece of information at all is referred to as data. A database is simply a structured collection of data that is stored in a format that can easily be accessed. So picture a database as a container that contains data, or as a warehouse in which data are being stored, or like a room whereby you have data in them. Relational database are those databases that understand SQL. They listen to SQL. We have MySQL, which is what we are going to use throughout this video series. We have Postgres, SQLite, DBLite, DB2, MariaDB, Oracle, SQL Server, and a host of others. They are relational database because they are databases that have their object or table in which they all have relationship. They are related using keys. This key that we are talking about are basically columns that are found in each of the tables in the database. And with this column, we're able to establish relationship among them. What I'm saying is you have table A that has a column that is also present in table B. So with this, you have established relationship between them. The column can bear the same name, or sometimes their names could be different. Now, this key that we are talking about are basically in two forms. We refer to them as primary and foreign key. Now, I want you to know this, that primary key are simply a unique identifier. That is, it doesn't contain duplicate. If you consider using any column in a table to be a primary key, you must ensure that such records in that particular column must not have duplicate, and it must not be subject to change. So in other words, name cannot be used as primary key. Neither can you use address, because address can change. So in a nutshell, as an advice, you use ID, because you know ID can be made to be unique and it cannot be duplicated. Foreign key is a unique identifier, but it must reference a primary key, so it doesn't exist on its own. So the table where it is found is a table in which is acting as a foreign key. So in this table, that is not the origin of that particular column. It is present in another table, and that is why it's referred to as foreign key. So a primary key will be that in that particular table where it is found, that is the origin. It is originated, it was created in that particular table. But when that same column is now found in another table like table B, which means that is not the origin of it. It is referencing another table. So with these two, you are able to establish relationship between the two tables, and that is why we refer to them as relational database. Now, SQL on its own, like I said, is a structured query language. If you want to see it as acronym, S stands for structured, Q stands for query, then L stands for language. Some people call it SQL, SEQL, that is structured English query language. But whichever way you call it, for me, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you know it's SQL, and it's a standardized programming language that you can use to communicate with a relational database. Now, SQL itself as a programming language is divided into three parts. The first part being data definition language, DDL. This part of SQL is what you use in defining the database and all the objects that are found in that particular database. So this is where you define the properties. That is, you find statements in this category like create, alter, drop, rename, truncate, or comment. These are the various statements that we use in this regard. So basically, if you are creating a database, that is the part of SQL that you consider. The second part is data manipulation language, DML. This part of SQL is what you use to update or query your data. What do you mean by querying your data? Which means you are requesting for data. You want to get information from your database. So once that is what you want to do, you considering using data manipulation language. In this part of SQL, you have statements like select, insert, delete, update, and so on and so forth. Then the last part of SQL is data control language. This is the part of SQL that you use to grant access to your database. So it's more like it controls who does what in the database. It gives specific access to your database. And what we refer to as access in SQL, we call it privileges. So this is what you use to either give privilege, which we call grant privilege, or you take the privilege back, which we call revoke. So in this part of SQL, you have statement like grant, that is you are granting privilege to a specific user, or you have revoke, which means you are taking back the privileges from a particular user. So in my next video, we are going to take a look at data definition language in full, whereby we learn how to create users, how to create database, and how to create tables and update them as required. If you like my video, why not give me a thumbs up by clicking the like button, or better still, you can also click the notification bell so that anytime I release my subsequent video, you'll be the first to be notified. And if this is your first time in my channel, why not subscribe to this channel so that I can be more encouraged to do more videos such as this. And before you go, don't forget to drop your comment in the comment section down below. Let me get the feedback from you, how this video has been of help to you, or whichever video you want me to feature in my next video. So till we meet again, bye for now.